The WWE Universe is back and just in time for the 2021 Money in the Bank pay-per-view. With 5 championship matches and 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches, this could be a great way to kick off the return of fans at pay-per-views. And oh boy, WWE didn't let us down. So join us now as Wrestlelamia recaps all the matches and analyzes the show for the good, the bad, and the downright ugly, as well as a few other tidbits. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. As always, we start off with the pre-show as the SmackDown Tag Team Champions Rey and Dominic Mysterio take on the Usos. And the Usos take advantage of Dominic's inexperience and punish him throughout the match. Rey comes back and goes for the 619 on Jay, but Jimmy takes the blow. Super kick and flying body splash, but Rey kicks out. However, a miscalculation by Rey leads to Jay rolling him up, and Jimmy provides a convenient assist without the referee catching a thing. Jay and Jimmy Uso are the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Rewarding bad behavior. Anyway, now let's move on to the main show as we get the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, which involves Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Nikki Cross, Natalya, Tamina, Zelina Vega, Naomi, and Asuka. Tamina takes charge early with a power and size advantage, but all 8 women fight hard to secure the briefcase. Alexa Bliss uses her Jedi mind tricks on Zelina Vega, oh Jesus, but the rest of the competitors eventually gang up on Bliss, burying her under a pile of ladders. The remaining 7 competitors scramble up 3 ladders, but Nikki Cross sneaks her way up to the top, securing the briefcase, and becomes the Women's Money in the Bank winner. Yeah, who saw that one coming? Because I didn't. Backstage, Universal Champion Roman Reigns congratulates the Usos on their championship win, and he tells them that this was the easy parts and reminds them that he took them to their success. Reigns says that he did something for them and now he wants something from them. Jay acknowledges Roman as his tribal chief, and so does Jimmy. All 3 embrace as Paul Heyman watches on. Up next, it's a Raw Tag Team Championship match as champions AJ Styles and Omos take on the Viking Raiders. Omos starts out cleaning house until the mere mortal AJ Styles tags in, having to fight off the power of Eric and Ivar. Omos gets overconfident, trying to pin him by standing on his chest, but the Viking Raider kicks out. The Viking Raiders can't get Omos off his feet and they can't put Styles away for the 1-2-3, but finally the Raiders hit the Viking experience on AJ while Omos is out the ring. It's a cover, but Omos manages to knock Eric onto Ivar and AJ breaking up the pin. AJ makes the tag and Omos cleans house, hitting the double chokeslam on Eric, getting the 1-2-3. AJ Styles and Omos retain the Raw Tag Team Championship. Next up is WWE Championship match as champion Bobby Lashley, who's with MVP, takes on Kofi Kingston. It's a mugging as Bobby Lashley absolutely destroys Kofi Kingston after a brief but futile offense by the Dreadlock Dynamo, beating him senseless, including several Dominators. Lashley applies the Hurt Lock, but Kingston is already out and the referee just calls for the bell. Bobby Lashley wins by referee stoppage. Next up is a Raw Women's Championship match as champion Rhea Ripley takes on Charlotte Flair. It's a fantastic match between the 2 of the WWE's most talented females. That didn't stop the fans from chanting, "Oh, we want Becky," and this then led to Flair flipping off the crowd, with the WWE actually cutting the feed momentarily. It didn't work because we still saw the finger. Classic Peacock. But it's a classic bout with Flair unable to steal the deal on a rugged opponent. Flair hits natural selection and covers Ripley, but the Nightmare kicks out, causing Flair to dig deep. The action spills outside and Flair traps Ripley's leg between the steel post and the ring steps, repeatedly kicking the steps and pulverizing her leg. Flair rolls back into the ring and traps Ripley into the figure-8 leg lock, but Ripley can't escape and is forced to tap. Charlotte Flair wins by submission and is now the new Raw Women's Champion. What is this, the 600th time? No wait, it's 14th time. Oh well, close enough. Next up, it's the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, which involves Kevin Owens, Matt Riddle, Shinsuke Nakamura, Ricochet, John Morrison with The Miz, Seth Rollins, and Drew McIntyre. John Morrison and Seth Rollins join forces, double-teaming the rest of their opponents for several minutes. However, no alliance lasts forever and Rollins eventually takes Morrison out with a ladder. Rollins sets up the ladder, but his opponents have regrouped and by now have stopped him. It's back to free-for-all mode, but now Drew dominates, taking out everyone. McIntyre hits a Claymore kick on Rollins and it's all going his way, but that is until Jinder Mahal and his henchmen attack McIntyre, destroying him with a chair and dragging him out of the arena. From there, the WWE builds the suspense as one superstar after another seems ready to grab the briefcase, only for another to stop him. Seth Rollins climbs to the top, but Big E follows up, delivering a big end off the ladder. The New Day's powerhouse player climbs to the top, securing the briefcase. Big E is the men's Money in the Bank winner. Hell yeah. Okay, I just spoiled one of the goods, but who cares? And finally, it's now time for the main event, as it's a Universal Championship match between champion Roman Reigns, who's with Paul Heyman, versus Edge. Superman punch to Edge sends the challenger into referee Charles Robinson. Roman goes for a piece of the steel chair, but Edge turns the tables on him, locking him in the crossface with the bar. The Usos run in, but the Mysterios manage to cut them off. Things are looking bleak for Roman until Seth Rollins runs in, attacking Edge. Edge fights back, spearing Roman, but the time the replacement referee gets in, Roman manages to kick out. Rollins shows up again, distracting Edge and allowing Reigns to spear him for the pinfall. Roman Reigns retains the Universal Championship. Roman is ready to gloat, but then John Cena's music hits. Yet Cena greets the fans and enters the ring, giving a disgusted Reigns the "you can't see me" hand gesture as Money in the Bank closes out. What a great return. That was a quick recap of the event, and now let's look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, a terrific tag match. The SmackDown Tag Team Championship match was a great way to kick off Money in the Bank, with the Mysterios and the Usos demonstrating what fast-paced tag team matches are all about. The match told a terrific story with Dominic's exuberance balanced by his inexperience. The Usos' willingness to do anything saved the day, earning them their 7th Tag Team Championship and undoubtedly a solid standing with the WWE. Number 2, a shocking win. The WWE had a number of big money matches tonight, so it made sense to kick off the show with an exciting match. However, who could have expected Nikki ASH fighting her way to the top of the ladder and retrieving the briefcase? Nikki's return and recent push has been well handled, and while Nikki may still be almost a superhero, she's clearly already a superstar and a potential world champion at that. And we know some people didn't like this and they wanted Liv Morgan to win, but we think it's good that WWE is actually giving Nikki Cross a push. Isn't that what we were moaning about a couple of months ago? Now all of a sudden they have something for her and now we're moaning? There's no telling what the future holds for Nikki, but tonight's win made sense. It was a sensible surprise and will hopefully be well booked until I cash in. Number 3, acknowledge the head of the table. Roman Reigns' congratulatory speech to the Usos was everything you'd expect. Roman taking credit for the Usos' win and demanding both acknowledge him as the head of the table. Roman's sly look at Jimmy acknowledging the Usos winning despite his real-life DUI was in bad taste, so much so that Get a DUI was trending on social media. Still, there's no getting around Roman is a stone-cold killer. Hopefully Jimmy will avoid getting behind the wheel and becoming a real-life one. Yikes. Number 4, Omos shines? The AJ Styles Omos vs Viking Raiders match was surprisingly good, and while no one was expecting much from the big man, he's clearly improved, and Styles figured out how much to make it an entertaining match without the entire story revolving around whether the Vikings put AJ away before Omos got in. Omos has a long way to go, but his team with AJ is paying off, and tonight's match was more than a freak show, it was a fun match. Number 5, long live the Queen. As badly as the WWE has handled the Rhea Ripley vs Charlotte Flair program, tonight's title match just wasn't a classic encounter, but a chance for the fans to show their love and appreciation for the Queen. And while conventional wisdom has it that Flair has been overpushed, apparently no one told the fans in attendance as they gave Flair a rousing reception, as both she and Ripley put on one of the best women's matches in recent history. Ripley lost the match, but she's going to be one of the WWE's best competitors at this rate. Number 6, a big match, a big ending. The men's Money in the Bank showed that there's still life left in the ladder match for that all-important World Championship contract. At its best, the match isn't so much about sick bumps, although those are always wild, but it's about building the illusion that Wrestler X is gonna get the briefcase only to shatter everything, recreate another illusion, and shatter that as well. They booked this match so well, even wrestlers like Shinsuke Nakamura and Ricochet seemed capable of winning. Okay, Ricochet was fire in this match, but let's be fair, no one thought he was gonna win. This was one of the best ladder matches in many years, thanks to the excellent booking and the equally excellent wrestling. Big E's win was the next logical step in his rise from tag team competitor to main event single star. We really hope he has a successful cash-in. Cena returns. It took another ref bump and some help from Rollins, but Roman Reigns retained the Universal Championship, proving himself as a dominant champion. While an Edge win would have pleased some fans, there's more money in Reigns versus John Cena at SummerSlam, and that's where things are obviously going now that Cena's returned. But that was good. What about the baddest? Number 1, crazy camera cuts. Now everyone knows the WWE's production values are world class, but tonight's camera cuts on the pre-show had us looking for the motion sickness pills and wondering if the people in the production truck were smoking something they weren't supposed to. They do a terrific job keeping up with the action, but don't make the editing more important than the in-ring action. This is professional wrestling, not an action movie. If you want fast cuts, go work for Michael Bay. Number 2, we witnessed a murder. Our fans had little doubt that Bobby Lashley was going to retain his WWE Championship against Kingston, but did he have to murder him? Our fans who complained about Kofi's squash loss to Brock Lesnar in 2019 on SmackDown probably feel even worse about Kingston's loss tonight. Lesnar took Kofi out in seconds when he relieved another championship, but Lashley dismantled Kingston tonight in his leisure, playing cat to Kofi's mouse. This was a terrible way to treat Kingston, and short of the WWE turning Kofi heel over his epic loss, it's hard to see any other reason why he was humiliated, as Lashley's dominance has already been well established. And number 3, sloppy streaming. A Peacock dropped the ball tonight during the men's Money in the Bank match, with numerous fans complaining about the feed going in and out. Even Hall of Famer Mark Henry tweeted his dissatisfaction. "I should have had a match with Peacock. Somebody's gonna get their ass kicked." Now, there was nothing downright ugly, but a good sign that the WWE isn't wasting any opportunity it has with the return of fans and renewed sense of optimism towards the WWE product, as well as a great desire to be entertained. The wrestlers can deliver, and if tonight's show was any sign, the creative team may finally be up to the challenge. But there you have it, guys, our look at the 2021 Money in the Bank pay-per-view. What do you guys think of tonight's show? Let us know in the comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.